Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rags to Riches. This is episode 85, and this is going to be a harvest episode. We have soybeans, we have sunflowers, we have corn, we have olives, and we have a grass field that are all ready to harvest this month. So, yeah, we have a lot to do. I'm going to do my best to try and get through everything, but I actually don't know if this is all going to happen in one episode. It might take a couple here, but we'll see what we can do. But first thing, I think we are actually going to sell a little bit of canola here because I realize that we basically have a peak price for canola right now. And I don't think we have space in our oil mill really to be able to process it because we're still working on our olives and we're going to have more olives coming in this month. And we still have canola and we have sunflowers in the oil mill as well. And we're going to have more sunflowers coming in this month too. So yeah, I think our oil mill is pretty much at capacity, so we have a bunch of canola that's just in the bin over here. And yeah, we're basically at peak price, and I don't think we can use it in the oil mill, so we might as well sell it and get a little bit extra cash here. And then I'm going to head over to Walter's field there, and we're going to pick up those last few bales that are on that grass field, and I think I'm just going to put those over by the horses there for now, just to get them out of the way because our bale shed is almost full. So I'm just going to get this canola sold and those bales picked up, and then I will see you down at the store because I think there's a few things that we are going to buy before we get started with this harvest here. Okay, we got that stuff done, and as you can see, we are now up to 1.5 million, and those horses should have hay to last them for quite a while there. I think they should be good. So we're down at the store here. This is our new to us telehandler that we bought in the last episode there. Just because we'll probably need it in the future. Don't really need it right now, so it can probably just stay here. But yeah, there's a couple other things I wanted to buy. So we currently have 3 combines and 2 grain headers and 1 sunflower header. So I think we need to buy a couple more headers here to help us get through this harvest a little bit quicker. So if we go into our vehicle shop here, we'll go down to grain headers right here. And I think we're going to buy a 3rd grain header so that we can have all 3 combines working on soybeans at once, get it done as quick as possible. So I think we're just going to buy another one of the same ones we have here. This is the MacDon one. We will put the transport wheels on it. We'll do the US design, and we'll switch the color to John Deere green. So it's just going to match the other headers we have. So now we'll be able to get all 3 headers going at once, or all 3 combines going at once. So yeah, I think that looks good. Just buy that guy. And then we do have 1 corn header. We have one of these right here, and we could buy another one of these. But we have a fairly small cornfield right now, but we do have more sunflowers. And like this corn header will work for corn or sunflowers. But there is also this other header right here that is specifically for sunflowers. And the advantage to this one is that it goes a lot faster. So that's like a 50% speed increase It's the same width as the sunflower header or the corn header that we already have. The big disadvantage to this one is that it doesn't fold up like the other one, so it's a bit more of a pain to transport. But other than that, like I think that speed increase is going to be worth it. And we definitely have more sunflowers than we do corn, and that's probably going to continue in the future. So yeah, I think we're going to buy this guy. And I don't know what this front guard thing does or if it's worth it, if that's just for aesthetics or if it changes anything. $200 though. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll buy it, see what it does. I think we'll just leave that color. So yeah, let's buy this guy as well. Oh, delivery space blocked. Okay, well, I guess we can't buy that guy just yet. Oh, I did bring this tractor down. So I guess I could probably just move this header with this tractor for now. But I think we'll just kind of get this out of the way. Over there for now is probably fine. So yeah, let's hop back in there. We'll buy this guy. Purchase that header. And then I am going to buy a trailer for this one since this one doesn't have transport wheels either. So if we go back to this screen and go to combinations, that's going to show us the trailer that we need. So I might as well buy that guy as well. Spare wheel. Sure, why not? Colors can probably just be black. That's fine. So yeah, let's buy this guy as well. And then there's one other thing that I want to buy for now. I think we need to get another trailer going. I was considering buying another truck, like another Volvo like we have, and another B-Train setup. And I'm probably still going to do that eventually. But I mean, that would probably cost, or well, it would definitely cost like over 300 grand to do that, because the truck itself, once you kind of get it all like fully upgraded to where I would want it, is probably close to 200 grand. And then another B-Train is like 110 grand. So yeah, it'd be like 300 grand or more to get that set up. And then the trucks aren't necessarily the best in the fields either. So I'm almost thinking we should probably get one of these chaser bins. I've been kind of looking at getting one of these for a long time, but never really got around to it. But I think with 3 combines going and our big fields, I think it's actually going to come in handy. So I was kind of looking through them before, and I think this is the one we're going to go with. This one would be an option as well. It's fairly big, but this one, like the whole bin kind of comes up and tips over to the side. So it's a little bit slower, I think, and this one's a pretty good size. Like we can get up to 70 cubic meters there, or 70,000 liters. So it's a little bit bigger than this one. It's going to be a little bit more expensive to upgrade it to that size, but there's this other huge one here. I forgot I had this mod in here still. So this one would actually be a decent option as well, 77, but I kind of try to avoid using mods unless it's something that we really can't get with the stock game. So we'll probably stick with the stock one here. But yeah, this one would be an option as well, but it's just so huge. I think it's kind of overkill, and it'd be a little bit less maneuverable and stuff. So I think this one is going to be a good balance of everything. So I think we might as well get it to the biggest size though, if we're doing that. So 185 basically. So yeah, I think we're just going to buy this guy. And we can use the John Deere here, the 9RX, to haul that around. And then we can just kind of leave the trucks and the trailers parked on the edge of the field and transfer the grain into there because, yeah, they do a lot better on the road than the field. So this tractor should be a little bit better for driving through the fields to empty those combines. So I guess I will grab that bin there with this tractor, and we'll just block traffic here for a little while. The people in this town are probably used to that from me by now. But we will get hooked up to this grain bin here. And I'm just going to get it out of the way. So I think we'll just move it over here somewhere for now. This thing is pretty huge. It's going to be pretty awesome though, I think. And I don't even know, can I get around this corner without crushing our crops here? Felt like I was hitting something there, but I don't know. Maybe it was hitting the track or something, but so yeah, this is one of the soybean fields that we'll be harvesting this month. So we can probably just leave this here for now. And then I'm going to go jump into our other combine so we can go pick up those headers, or one of those. Oh man, I must have all of our combines in parking mode here. So maybe if we go to the map here and let's hop down to this lot. This is another soybean field that we have to harvest this month. This one is just a tiny one. Shouldn't take very long, but it's close enough to this barn right here that we can jump in here and get our combine out. So yeah, this is, I think, our newest combine. So we'll take this out of parking mode for this month. And we'll head down to the store there. Okay, I got the other header moved out of the way there. It's just over by that other, the corner of that field over there. Ready to go on that field. So, I've actually not ever used one of these header trailers before, so we'll see how this goes. But I think we got to pick this up first, and then... Does it matter which side we go to? I feel like it's kind of slanted. Like the higher side is over on that side, so we should probably go in from the lower side, I'm thinking. That kind of makes sense to me. So if we go from this edge and maybe open this menu to see if we get any anything come up here. Like, I guess maybe if I just detach it in the right spot, is that gonna... Doesn't really look like it's on there properly. Oh, I think it snapped into place there. Okay, so maybe just gotta get it close enough and then wait a second, because that seemed like it jumped there. So I think it's good. So actually, I guess that can probably stay there for now. We're not going to need it right away, because I think we are going to do the soybeans first. So I'm just going to head over here, and we'll get our other combines out of parking mode. And yeah, I think all these soybeans are just going to go directly into the bin. Not quite sure. I think we're just going to be holding on to them, and we'll be selling them next summer. So I'm going to just jump into this guy quick. We're going to take him out of parking mode so I can get back into him easily. And then we are going to jump into this guy, and we will get him out of parking mode as well. And we'll get this one started up. And I'm going to bring him down to the corner of this field down here, and we'll get a worker started doing the headlands on this big field. And then let's see if we can set up a worker here. So I think we're going to give him 2 headlands. That's going to make things a little bit easier. And yes, work the headlands, and we're going to start with the headlands. That should all be fine. So yeah, let's get that guy fired up. And then I'm going to get into this one. And actually, no, I lied. I'm going to get into that other one. Because that other header is down there. I'm going to get another worker started on the field by the store over there, or by our cotton field. And that's where I left that other header. So we'll go get this combine hooked up to that one, and then get a worker started on that field as well. And then I am going to jump in that other combine there, and I'm going to go do that small field first myself. And then I'm going to join in with these workers, and we'll get all of these soybeans harvested. I don't know how much combining I'm going to be able to do, because I'm going to be running around in the chaser bin dumping the combines, but I'll try to do combining when I can, and otherwise I will just have to, yeah, I'll just be in the 9RX, chasing the combines around, getting them emptied out, and dumping into the trucks, and getting them in the bin. So, of course, this thing tipped over when I disconnected it before, but okay, got her on there anyway. Let's get that guy folded. Combine unfolded again, and yeah, we'll try to get in here, and we'll kind of do the same thing. 2 headlands, okay, hire a worker there. Hopefully that tractor's not in the way over there, but I think it's going to be fine. So yeah, I will jump into this one and head over to our other field, just over on the other side of our olives here. And we'll get these soybeans in the bin. Okay, we got all of those soybeans in, and our grain bin is full, and okay, it actually goes pretty good. I just kind of wanted to get it completely full just to kind of see like how it would do, or like how the tractor would do with this much weight behind it, but it's actually doing pretty darn good, I would say. Considering that we have 70,000 liters of soybeans in here. It accelerates pretty good, seems fairly stable. Yeah, this bin comes in handy. I definitely like using that. It's pretty easy in the fields, like especially with this tractor. Compared to that truck, like that definitely accelerates a little better. Yeah, it was definitely helpful. I'm glad I got this thing. And yeah, even with being fully full, it actually doesn't feel too bad. It doesn't really feel like that heavy. Like when you get a semi, like that B train completely full, like you can definitely feel the weight behind it. But this one, it's not actually so bad. So we will get this dumped in here. And yeah, we'll start there. I was a little bit worried because this pipe, when I first started dumping here, this pipe looks so low. I was like, is that even going to be able to get into one of those trucks? Because that was kind of my plan before, until I realized like how close this bin is easier to just go directly to the bin with this thing. But my plan before was to kind of use this thing to dump from the combines and then dump this thing into the B train and then use that to transport down to the bin. And that might come in handy later on once we're a little bit further away, but this field is so close to the bin, it was just easier to come down here. But yeah, when I first started dumping, I was looking at it and I wasn't even sure it could get into that truck with how low this thing is. But yeah, then I did figure out there is a way to kind of raise it up, raise and lower the auger arm here. So that I think it's still not super high, but I'm pretty sure that's high enough that it can at least dump into a truck. So I'll just finish dumping this thing out, and then there's still some soybeans in that B train. I'm going to go get that and get those dumped out into here, and then there's still a little bit left in that one combine that I couldn't fit into this bin. So we'll get all of that in the bin, and then we'll do a final tally and see how much we ended up with here. Okay, well, we got another soybean harvest in the books there. Everything is done. Got everything loaded in here. So our bin now has 136,000 liters of soybeans, so pretty good. Pretty sure that's the most soybeans we've ever had, biggest soybean harvest we've ever had, so... yeah, that's not too bad. That should be worth quite a bit of money come next summer when it's time to sell that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this chaser bin thing. Works pretty well with that tractor. The only thing that's kind of limiting is this tractor does have a like 43 kilometer an hour speed limit, which is a little bit slow, but I mean, it has so much power that like it accelerates so much faster than the truck in the field, especially when it's got like a full load of grain on it. It does work quite a bit better, even with that lower speed limit. But I was kind of looking at some of the other tractors as well, and there is this one here that has a 50 kilometer an hour speed limit. So this is the one we have, the 9RX, and it is, yeah, it's officially a 40 kilometer an hour speed limit, but it will actually go 43. So I'm not quite sure about this one. Like I know the Vultras have a 50 kilometer an hour speed limit, but they will actually go 53. So I'm assuming this one is probably the same. But I think this one is the only one in that kind of category or class that can go that fast. Everything else seems to be limited to 40 pretty much. There is this Fendt that's actually 60, so it'd be really fast, but I'm not quite sure if this would really have enough power. So yeah, like of these large tractors that go faster than 40, you don't really have a lot of options. It's like this one that goes 50, but it's pretty low power. This one goes 60, which is pretty fast, but 517 is probably not quite enough. And then yeah, everything else is 40, 40, 40. Yeah, everything else is 40. So this is the only one that's really fast, or that's faster than 40, that actually has more than 650 or 600 horsepower. So it's fairly close to this one if we max it out, but that would be fairly expensive, but this is a pretty cool looking tractor too. So, I mean, maybe at some point we'll buy one of these and just use it to run our bins, because it'd be pretty darn nice, I think, to have something that's like almost as big and heavy and powerful to be able to run the bin. We'll also go in a little bit faster because, yeah, that 43 kilometer an hour speed limit is really the only downside to this thing, is that it's just a little bit slow on the top end there, but overall it works pretty well for those fields. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of run around here quickly. We still have enough goat milk in there. How's our oil mill doing? So yeah, we still have lots of product in here. 18,000 liters of olives, 29,000 of canola, and 60,000 of sunflower still. So yeah, it's I think we're fine selling that canola that we did. I think all of the sunflowers that we harvest this month are going to go into that bin as well, and we're just going to leave them. As well as the olives. I'm not quite sure what to do with those, because I mean, I kind of want to work through all of these sunflowers and canola as well. But we can only do one thing at a time in this oil mill. Or, well, I guess we could do multiple things at a time, but then it's just less efficient at each one, which I guess wouldn't be the end of the world because we're kind of saving this up to sell them at peak prices anyway. But yeah, the downside is that once you put stuff in here, I don't think you can really get it out. So you're kind of committed to it. So I might try to keep the olives out of here for now. And then I think we're going to try to work through all of the sunflowers and all of the canolas before we start up our olive production again. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of see how that goes. So then all of our sunflowers are going to go into that bin as well because we might end up just selling those directly as well. Just because, yeah, I think we have way too much stuff for that oil mill at the moment. And I was kind of doing some rough math. I did work it out a little bit, and I think the olives are the most profitable thing to put through that oil mill. So that's mainly what we're going to do. So I kind of want to finish off what's there and then work through all of that other stuff. And then we'll probably end up selling most of our canola or most of our sunflowers and stuff directly. But we might use some of them in there just to kind of make sure that we can keep this thing going year round, because I don't think our olives alone are enough to keep it running year round. I mean, I know we still have olives in there right now, and we're going to be taking more olives off this month. But I think that was because for part of the time we were running canola oil in there instead of olives. So the olive production hasn't been going this whole year. So yeah, I think once we kind of change it up, the olives aren't going to be quite enough to keep it going all year. So we'll probably use some sunflowers to supplement that. But I think a lot of the sunflowers are probably just going to end up being sold in the future. But we'll kind of see how that goes. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, for now, I want to run through that other stuff because the olives are probably the best thing to go through there. Yeah, I did kind of work it out. It's not a huge difference, but I think you do get a little bit more of a profit boost from the olives than you do from the other two, like the canola or the sunflowers. So yeah, it's kind of my plan to prioritize the olives through the oil mill and just sell the other stuff directly, because there's less of a difference between the oil and the base product there on the sunflowers and the canola. So that's kind of the plan anyway. But yeah, I think next we are going to try to get these olives taken care of, because that one takes quite a while. So I want to get that kind of knocked out of the way here. But I actually am going to try something here. I'm not quite sure if this is going to work, but I was looking at our trailer. Where are we here? Let's pop back to this field again here, because I don't think we have any vehicles over here that are still out of parking mode anymore, because their combines are down in the field. So I'll just run over here because our olive harvester is in here, and that trailer that we bought for the poplar is over here as well. And that trailer can take olives. This guy right here. The only thing I'm not sure about is if this olive harvester can actually lift high enough to get in there. So we're going to take this guy out of parking mode and get him started up as well. And I just kind of want to go test it. Because if we can use that one, then I think we're pretty much set. We'll just use this one on one end, and then we have that other dolly wheel one down in the yard there that we can use, and then we'll still be able to leave that small one down by our woodlot there. So if we back up here, how do I... Okay, I might have to unfold it first. And then... There's got to be a way to like... Oh, maybe it has to be on first? I just want to see if there's a way to like... to dump, or to see what it would look like when it's dumping, just to see if that would be high enough. But I don't know if it's going to let me do it without any actual olives in there. So maybe if I just get a couple in here, just to be able to test it, because I just want to know before we start if I need to go buy a different trailer or not. So okay, that should be enough to kind of tell us what we need to know here. Just want to get something in there so that we can at least dump. Or maybe this trailer is too tall, and that's why I'm not getting the option. Okay, well, maybe that's not going to work. So I just want to see, like, maybe I'm doing something wrong here entirely. So, or maybe a tractor needs to be hooked up to that trailer. So I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to run, grab this other trailer and bring it over there. And then we'll see if that one will work. And then I'll test it with the tractor on. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe that the edge of that trailer is just too tall for that olive harvester to dump in there. And then, so I'm not sure, I might just go buy another one of these trailers. This is probably good enough. The dolly wheel ones are kind of annoying, but we don't have to use them that often. And this one's relatively cheap, just because we don't really need a trailer for much else, I don't think. So I don't want to like waste a whole bunch of money buying a trailer just for this, when we can get away with a relatively cheap one. So yeah, I'll just go give this one a try quick. Okay, so it kind of works on this one, but it doesn't come up until I'm really close to it. So maybe I just wasn't close enough before. Maybe I just kind of forgot how close you need to be to the actual trailer. But I thought it was pretty close, but I don't know there. But let's try to get a little bit closer. Let's get right up against it and see if that makes a difference now. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's probably just too tall. So let's jump into the store here for a second and check out what kind of trailers we have. So this is the one we have right now, 30 grand. So yeah, this one seems like a pretty good value for the volume that you get in that trailer. So yeah, I think all of that is going to be fine. Let's just go ahead and buy this guy. Okay. Yeah, actually, you could probably just leave that right there. That's probably fine. We don't really need a tractor, and I'll just run down and grab that other trailer and bring it over to the other end of the olive grove there, because yeah, we have to dump at the end of each row just because we don't have enough space in the harvester to get all the way down and back. And I don't want to be having to like drive all the way to the end of a row to dump and then having to come back and finish half a row. So it's just going to be easier to dump at the end of every one. But that means we do need a trailer at the end of each row. So I will bring this one over there, and then yeah, we should be good to go. I will just get all these olives in, and I think I'm just going to leave them in the trailers for now. As I said, we're going to leave them out of the oil mill, although I guess it's not really a big deal. I mean, we could put them in there if we wanted to, if we need the trailers for something else. And just like turn off the, or like deactivate the oil production if we wanted to, but I'm just worried, like, I think we might have like too much, so we could always sell some directly as well, but if we put them in there, then we can't get them back out. So I think it's just going to be a little bit easier to leave them out for now, and then it's a little bit more flexible, depending on what we decide to do in the future. So looks like this thing is pretty much fully repaired, and we're full of fuel and everything, so I don't think there's really anything else to do here. We can just get this thing fired up and get started with these olives. Okay, we got all of those olives harvested, and got the harvester refueled and repaired. Went and dropped off a few more olives down in the oil mill there. So we'll get it parked. I just realized that I should have washed this thing again. It is a little bit dirty, but we did get it repaired and refueled, so it's good to go. Put it back into parking mode. So we're just going to run over here and jump into the tractor here. So both of our trailers are right full of 20,000 liters each of these olives here. So I'm just going to bring them down. I was actually thinking about it a little bit more, and I think I misremembered what we were doing last time. Like I think I had like all of the olives in there, but I think I did start them right away. I think it was just that we had multiple things running at once because for whatever reason I was thinking that it wasn't a divided production, the oil mill initially, and then I think once I realized that it was, I shut the other two oil products off and just focused on the olive oil. So I think that's why we didn't get through everything for this year, but I can't remember for sure now. But I was thinking about it a little bit more anyway, and I'm thinking like, because the olives are like the most profitable one to run through that oil mill, we probably will just use those. So I don't think there's any reason to not just put these into the oil mill right away rather than saving them in the trailer. At least as much as we can, because if I remember right, this thing does have a fairly small limit for olives. Like it's only like 60,000. So I imagine we're actually going to hit that limit here pretty quickly. So we're probably going to end up having to store some. Yeah, so I think the oil mill is full now, so we'll end up having to store all of the rest of these in the trailer anyway, just like we did last time. I kind of forgot about that we filled it up, and then we ended up having to leave a bunch in the trailer for a while. So I'm just going to leave it here for now. We will put that cover on, and I'll detach it. I'm going to run and grab that other trailer and bring it down here as well. But then I think I might switch the oil mill and just switch it to canola or whatever, and just try to work through all that stuff. Because yeah, I think with the olives being the most profitable one, that's the one we'll focus in the oil mill the most. So I think I'm just going to run through the other ones that are in there first and just get them out of the way, and then we'll go back to focusing on olives, and then we'll try and figure out like how much olives we need to kind of get us through the entire year there and keep that oil mill in production. Because yeah, I'm not totally sure right now, but I am thinking I might reduce the size of that olive grove a little bit, because that took a long time. Yeah, that is a really long and tedious harvesting process, and it's just kind of boring. Like once you kind of get through like 10 rows, it's like, all right, I'm kind of over this at this point. So I think I might shorten those rows just enough to be able to go like all the way down and back without having a dump in between, because that'll make it a little bit easier, a little bit less tedious, I think, not having a dump at the end of every single row. And then I might cut a few rows out as well, just to make it a little bit easier. I might at some point take that sprayer over there and kind of see how wide we would need, or like how wide that boom is, and then we could maybe take out like one row down the middle and just make that olive grove like perfectly the width of that sprayer, and then we could just run one pass down the middle. And then I think that's still going to leave us quite a few olives, and we'll make harvesting them a little bit easier, especially if we make it a little bit shorter on that far side, and then we can kind of join it into that other field that's over by Walter's there, if we do that as well, depending on how much extra space we have at that end. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for now, but don't really have to worry about it too much yet, since we're pretty much at the end of the year anyway. So I think I'm just going to throw some more fuel into the Vulture here, and then I guess we might as well repair it while we're right here anyway. So another 350 bucks to repair it. Not too bad. So I'm just going to hop in here. Let's get this out of the way, I guess, and then I'll just shut it off. And I think I'm going to jump into one of the combines here and go grab that, because it doesn't really matter which one we do. But yeah, I think I'm going to go grab that sunflower header. So we'll just get that header unfolded, and then yeah, I think I'll detach that, and then we can move it easily later. And I am just going to run down to the store and grab that sunflower header, because I am kind of excited to try that thing out. It'll be nice being able to combine a little bit faster, since we've only ever combined at 10 kilometers an hour, but this new one is supposed to go 15, so should be pretty good. And these curbs still aren't perfect. I actually went along. You can kind of see along the edges of the road there. Still not perfect, but... And I thought it was even better than that. I swear it moved again. But I kind of went around with the, like the raise and lower tool and the smoothing tool and tried to level out the other side of the curb, like not the road side, but the side that goes into my yard there. Just because like even that small side of that curb was causing some crazy bounces sometimes. So I went along in a few spots, like right beside me right there too, I did, and tried to smooth things out to hopefully make some of the curb interactions a little less crazy. But I don't think it's definitely not perfect yet. But yeah, this is our new sunflower header. Kind of a lot of money to spend on a header that can only harvest one crop, but I guess it's not that crazy, considering we're going to spend $500,000 on a cotton harvester that can only harvest one crop. But yeah, I think we'll just head over here. And yeah, there's not a whole lot else. We're getting to the end of the month here. Like we have to do our sunflowers, we have to do our cornfield, which shouldn't take that long. That's not a terribly huge field. And then we need to harvest our grass over here as well. We do need to fertilize this barley field right here, as well as our other small grass field. Needs another round of fertilization, I believe. But yeah, we have to do this grass field. And I think we're going to make it into hay, just because we already have like 110 silage bales or something like that in the shed there. So I think we've got lots of silage for now, but we are going to need lots of hay in the future there, just because we are going to be expanding our cattle operation quite a bit. So actually, I'm used to just being able to pull up with the dolly wheel, or with like the headers that have the built-in dolly wheels, and then just fold the header, and then I can start going. But with this separate trailer, I'm going to have to kind of put it somewhere else here. So I guess we will stop here. Let's unhook that trailer. And then we have to go over here. I don't know if I have to do anything special to get it off of here, or if I can just go up and attach to it like normal. Yeah, okay, that seems to work. So let's get this combine unfolded as well. And yeah, I guess once I get going, I'll probably end up bringing the chaser bin down here as well to empty it out. I think it should have enough capacity to hold all of these sunflowers, I'm pretty sure, so shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, let's get this thing fired up. And yeah, I kind of want to see just how fast this thing is. Okay, so yeah, that definitely feels quite a bit faster than it did with the soybeans there. Like 50% faster, so should make this go quite a bit faster. And then I'm kind of thinking I'm going to expand, like when I kind of move our fields around and stuff, I'm probably going to make this whole area sunflowers. So I'll probably try and expand some of that acreage as well, just because, yeah, with this 15-kilometer-an-hour speed limit header, it's going to make things pretty quick. And as we go or expand more and more acreage, I can always buy some more of these headers for other combines as well, and kind of do the same thing as the soybeans. Get multiple combines going at once, and if we can all go 15 kilometers an hour, it's probably going to be pretty good. Should make things pretty quick. And then this corner down here is always kind of awkward, so I've also been kind of thinking about once I do kind of combine all three of these fields down here, like these two sunflower fields with our grass field, I'm probably going to end up moving that shed as well, that current shed that holds all of our grass equipment, and I'm probably going to put it down in this corner, I'm thinking. Just because that corner is kind of awkward anyway, so I might cut off the corner of that field and put a different shed, or a little bit bigger shed down there, and then we can kind of store all of our equipment for this area down here, because we are going to be moving all of our grass equipment further down south anyway, so we're going to have to build a different shed down there for all that stuff. But we could use a shed up at this end, I think, still too. Probably at the very least, just to be able to store all of these sunflower headers somewhere close to the field. Or, well, we only have the one now, but I anticipate getting multiple in the future here, so we'll be able to do that. So yeah, that's kind of the plan, but nothing set in stone yet. Things are still subject to change, so it's going to be a little while before we have to worry about that. So yeah, I guess I will just go ahead and get all these sunflowers finished up here. Shouldn't take that long at this speed, I don't think. Okay, we got our sunflowers done as well, and that was just about perfect. We are at 99% on this chaser bin here, so just about full, but we managed to fit everything in there. So I'm just going to take this back down to the yard. We're just going to put all of this in our main bin for now. I'll have to come back and move that. The combine is still over there. I'll come get that in a little bit here and move that that header out of the way. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to wrap this episode up here. We didn't quite get through everything, but this was pretty long. I think I recorded even longer than the last episode for this one, and we're still not through everything, but we're definitely getting there. We got the bulk of it done. I would say that all of the olive field was by far the longest of all the things we had to do, especially because just because we can't get like multiple things on it. Like if we were doing like all of our soybeans with one combine, I think that would be the longest, but because we can get like multiple combines going on our soybeans at once, it actually doesn't take that long. We managed to get through a lot of acreage fairly quickly, but yeah, unfortunately with the olives, like you can't get an AI worker to do them. So there's no way to like buy a second harvester and have two going at once or anything like that. I mean, unless I guess you were in multiplayer or something like that, then it might be better to do olives. But yeah, the olives take a long time, and there's not really any way to make it faster without getting like unrealistic mods or something that just make you go a lot faster down the rows or something like that, or have a way higher capacity or something like that. But yeah, as far as the base game goes, that's pretty much as fast as you can do them. There's not really anything that we could buy or optimize to make it really go faster. So yeah, I think I am going to probably try to reduce the size of that field a little bit. But I would like to be able to kind of keep our oil mill running pretty much year round. So we'll have to kind of balance that. But like I said, I guess we could always top it up with some other products like these sunflowers, because we have quite a few in the bin now. But yeah, that header is pretty nice to use. I wish all the headers could go 15 kilometers an hour. That would make things pretty nice, make things go quite a bit faster. And it makes it seem a little bit less tedious too when you can go a little bit faster there. Even though like 15 is still not crazy fast or anything, but definitely better than 10. So how are our cows doing here? Okay, so they still got lots of food and meadow and everything. Actually, how old are these guys? They got to be getting close to sell point, right? Should double check that. How old are our steers? 24 months. Okay. So $3,000, I'm pretty sure that's when we sold them last time, right? Pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure when I looked at it, like they will keep increasing value to like 30 months or something like that. But I think the absolute max value is like 3,500. So I don't think there was a ton of value in like waiting till the max. I think like the 2 years was kind of one of the best times to sell them in terms of productivity, or in terms of like how much you get for them. Like per how long you've had to feed them and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to double check before I actually sell them, but I think I'm pretty sure this is when we need to do it. So we'll probably do that in the next episode. I'm just kind of curious like how much we would get. Okay, so 118 per group. So we'd be looking at just under 240,000 to sell all of our cows right now. So that'd be a pretty good little injection of money as well. Yeah, I kind of totally forgot about that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we have cows to sell as well. So, and we already have like some more wood products and stuff built up. Like I think almost 200 grand worth of wood products we can sell already again. So yeah, we are doing pretty good for money at this point. And yeah, we have a lot of grain in the bin now. A lot of olives in our oil mill and our trailers. So yeah, pretty successful harvest season so far. We've almost got everything in, but yeah, in the next episode we'll come over, we'll finish our cornfield over there. That shouldn't take very long. And then we will go finish up our grass field over there. We'll get all that turned into hay, and then we'll do some quick fertilizing on our barley field, and then we can advance the month, and we will finally be able to finish harvesting our cotton. So we will wait until next month, until November, give it one more chance for a cotton harvester to come up on sale here. But if not, first thing tomorrow morning, we will buy that cotton harvester and get that field finished up. Yeah, I guess it's already getting pretty late in the day, so I should probably stop rambling here and end this episode here. And yeah, in the next episode, we'll pick it up right where we left off. We'll get into that grass harvest, finish up our corn, and then we can move on and finish up our cotton as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. A quick reminder to like and subscribe, and share the video if you enjoyed it, and reminder that memberships are open as well if you want to support the channel. So thank you a ton for watching, everybody, and I will see you again soon in the next one.